Hello and welcome to Actions to Wealth UK with me, Ash Bull, taking you through this week's weekly review. I am looking at the Kiwi and the pound specifically this week. The Kiwi has been in a bit of a tear to the upside against this Aussie, which means the Aussie is coming to the downside. But look where we sit. This is a daily chart. Look where we sit, right on a level of minor support right here. So I'll be looking for a bit of a push to the upside, at least some sort of reaction, whether I'll trade that to the upside or just wait for upside just so I can get back into this trade to the downside, because checking these seasonalities, it does suggest a push up and then a push to the downside for a longer, more significant time. So that's one that I am checking out. Also, the Kiwi CAD was interesting last week as we got some data from Canada. The CAD started to strengthen. Initially, this was looking like the Kiwi was going to be pushing to the upside. As you saw, the Thursday's bar was suggesting upside, which we did get, but it was not able to hold. And then we got this pretty drastic push back to the downside. So I'm going to be watching this one to see if it can hold these higher levels and see if there's an opportunity again to buy. So this is the area that I am going to be focusing on. This is a little bit more tricky to read seasonally. We do see that there is a little bit of a push to the downside, but then we just start to edge forward and then just bubble along at the lows for a period if we were to take this solely into consideration without any other features. But I will be looking for longs in the Kiwi CAD. But that will change if we start to break through these levels. Now, the other really interesting currency is the pound. The pound has been on an absolute rocket to the upside recently. And when I look at the pound on some of these longer term time frames, I'm noticing that we are starting to get some element of slowing down at these levels. And if we start to draw some lines on our chart, then we do see that we're getting fairly close with these two lines here, these two levels. We can probably get that a lot tighter initially. That's it, and then extend to the right hand side, and we're just starting to see that we're getting pretty close to levels of potential resistance up here. There is a rate decision this week from the UK, which makes me suspect that maybe a push to the downside into that rate decision might be on the cards. If I just do a quick up next. This is Monday, Tuesday. Not a really heavy data on Tuesday. Retail sales from Australia could be something of interest. Might start to see that Aussie strengthen against that Kiwi initially and earlier in the week, especially if we get some decent numbers. Probably waiting on that for Tuesday initially, but I'll be looking for longs initially if there's any decent setups. ECB President Draghi's speaking on Wednesday. We've just had the results for the French election in, and Macron has won fairly comfortably, so we might start to see more strength from the euro earlier on again this week into this press conference. This is where it starts to get interesting from the Kiwi, the rate statement and the monetary policy statement and the official cash rate. So that's on Wednesday. And then on Thursday, this is where it gets interesting for the UK. Bank of England inflation report, MPC official bank rate votes, monetary policy summary, and the official bank rate all out at midday on Thursday UK time. So I'm going to be watching the pound pretty closely because of that. And then there's heavy data from the States on Friday. So I am anticipating a little bit of downside with the pound, mainly because I don't see that rate changing on this particular occasion. So any more buying that is to go on with the pound, I think will probably start to ease off when the traders realise that there probably won't be a rate decision. It's very true that Mark Carney probably has got that on his mind with all the data that's been coming out recently. Good inflation, 2.2%, decent services PMI, 54.3, I think was the last figure, but certainly a beat a CPI was a beat. So there's been some really good data from the UK. But really, this is going to be about the interest rates, and I don't suspect them moving. So I think a bit of easing down with the pound would be my preference. This is the euro pound, and I would see this easing to the upside, maybe into this area here. This is a weekly chart, so maybe into this area here that I'd like to see this one get up to. Obviously, while we're trading this on a 4-hour, that does give us plenty of room for upside before testing these higher areas. So I'd like to see what's going to happen, but this is an inverted head and shoulders starting to form on the daily chart. So Thursday's statement would suggest that this could potentially move just before that or just after that. It's going to be fairly tight, but I'd like to see what trends start to occur, and I'm really looking for a break of this particular level. Which we failed once already, but I'd like to see a break of that particular level. If we get it, then I'm going to be looking for trades long in the euro pound. So as I say, the picture really with this is to do with Macron, Marine Le Pen not getting in, and also the rate decisions that are due out from the UK. So that's just a little bit of detail of what I'll be looking for this week. We've got again an action-packed session on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday in Actions to Wealth. So I hope to join you. I hope you join us, sorry, and I hope to be sharing some ideas with you there. Have a great week. Stay vigilant, be professional, and be profitable. Thanks a lot for listening.